Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. So we are from the third group. So let me introduce myself. I am Andini Febrianti, and I will be your moderator for today's group presentation. On this occasion, we will present the result of our lesson plan development about offering help and responding to offers from week 1 to week 4. This lesson plan was carefully designed and adjusted to meet the learning needs of students in the classroom. Before we begin, allow me to introduce the members of the group. There are Sri Cahya Tintan Pujianti, Indira Shiva, Astiti Wayuni, and Hilda Safwana. So, in this presentation, we will not only focus on the weekly learning activities, but also reflect on the effectiveness of our plan, including how we made adjustments based on the classroom result. We hope this presentation gives you a clear picture of our planning process, implementation, and evaluation. Without any further ado, let us begin the presentation with Indira Shiva. Indira Shiva, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Andin. Now we move into the introduction. The development of an English-speaking lesson plan on the topic offering help and responding to others was carried out collaboratively over a 4-week period by a third group. Guided by the principles of the Merdeka curriculum, the project aimed to design a student-centered learning experience that integrates cognitive, affective, and psychomotor objectives. Each member contributed to specific components ranging from curriculum analysis and learning objective formulation to material development, assessment planning, and reflective evaluation. The instructional design emphasized contextual learning, functional language use, and communicative competence, elements essential for equipping grade 11 students with practical English skills relevant to real-life social interactions. This report presents the result of the group's collaborative work, including key planning decisions, challenges encouraged, and strategies employed, and personal reflection on professional growth throughout the process. The week 1 will be delivered by Intan. Time is yours.
Thank you, Ira. So in week 1, we started by analyzing the curriculum and the student needs to guide our lesson plan. The curriculum we use is the Merdeka curriculum for grade 11 senior high school. This curriculum focuses on student-centered learning, where students are encouraged to take an active role in their learning process. It also emphasizes character building, helping students grow not just academically, but also personally. Another important point is real-life communication, which means students are expected to use English meaningfully in daily life rather than just memorizing grammar rules. And for the need analysis, our target students are assumed to be at a lower intermediate level. They are already familiar with basic grammar and vocabulary, but still need support in developing their speaking fluency. Based on this, we found that their preferred learning style include visual, interactive, and collaborative types. So activities such as group work, role plays, and using visual aids will be more suitable and effective for them. One of the key areas they need to improve is speaking skill, especially in using functional expression like offering help or responding politely. These expressions are commonly used in a real-life situation, but students often lack confidence or appropriate vocabulary to use them naturally. Therefore, for this week, we selected the topic offering help and responding to others. This topic is relevant because students often encounter situations where they need to offer or respond to help, whether at school, at home, or in public place. By practicing this topic, a student will improve both their confidence and their ability to speak appropriately in different social situations. So the next slide will be delivered by Indira.
Okay, thank you, Intan. Now we move into the week 2 learning objective and materials. For the learning objective, there are three domains, that is cognitive, affective, and psychomotor, in accordance with the Merdeka curriculum. The first is cognitive, C1, that is remembering by recall common help expression to over and respond to help. And then C3, that is applying, use these expressions in social situations through dialogue or role play. And C5, that is evaluating, by evaluate peers' responses for politeness and contextual appropriateness. And for affective objective, there are A2, that is responding, by actively participate and respect others' opinions during discussions. And there is A5, that is characterization, by show empathy and helpfulness in group activities. And for psychomotor objectives, there are P2, that is set, be ready, for role play by preparing and practicing expression with peers. And P5, that is complex overt response, by perform role plays confidently and spontaneously using appropriate body language. And for the material outlines, the first is introduction to functional expressions. Students are introduced to common phrases used to offer and respond to help, like, can I help you, or would you like some help? And the second is types of offers and respondents and responses. Learn about different ways to offer help in formal or informal way, and how to respond politely in various situations. For the example, accepting or revising kindly. The third is pronunciation and intonation practice. Practice saying expressions clearly and naturally, focusing on the right stress and intonation to sound polite and confident. The fourth is interactive practice. Students work in pairs or groups to do short dialogues, matching tasks, and role plays that simulate real-life situations. And the last is assessment of reflection. Students reflect on what they've learned, give feedback to peers, and perform a short role play as part of the evaluation. The week three will be delivered by Khilda. Time is yours.
Thank you, Indira. So for the week 3 is learning activity plan and pedagogical approach. In week 3, we develop a learning activity plan that emphasizes the use of the communicative language teaching, or we call CLT approach, and the goal is to create communicative, contextual, and student-centered learning. So we choose the communicative language teaching approach because it supports functional language learning, encourages active participation, and align with the Merdeka curriculum, of course. And also CLT enables students to use English in real life context fluently and confidently. So for the planning, the learning activities, consists of 5 parts. The first one is brainstorming real life help situation, where students mention real life situation in which they have offered help. The second one is matching expression with situation, where students match the expression to appropriate social situation. The next one is students participating pronunciation and intonation, that is student practice pronunciation in intonation through listening, shadowing, and pair work. And then students perform a role play based on everyday scenarios at home, school, or public places. And then the last one is writing and performing dialogues. So they write and perform dialogues that include the expression of the offering help and responding to offer as our the next one, please. Okay, so for the week 4 is reflection and assessment. So in week 4, we focus on reflection and assessment, that we use 2 types of assessment, which is formative and summative. So formative assessment is include classroom observation, dialogue completion task, peer feedback, and personal reflection delivered either orally or writing. And the main purpose is to provide constructive feedback and support students' learning process. For summative assessments are carried out through group role play performance and written dialogue submission. And that assess aspect include the use of expressions, pronunciation and intonation, fluency, and appropriateness of expression in context. And then the next one is rubric of criteria. As you can see, there is a table assessment rubrics. We use rubric with 4 main criteria, each rated from 1 to 4, that ranging from needs improvement to excellent. This rubric ensure objective assessment and support the achievements of cognitive, affective, and psychomotor learning goals. The next slide. So for the key challenge that will be delivered by Asti Tanisars.
Thank you, Hilda. So for the next is key challenges and how we are addressed. The first one is time management. So there is issue, some activities required more time than planned, and for the solution, adjusted priorities and shorten non-essential parts. So one of the challenges faced was that some activities required more time than originally planned. To address this, the group adjusts their priorities by focusing on the most essential part of the lessons and shortening or omitting non-essential activities to stay within the time limits. And the second one is student participation. Some students were hesitant to speak in front of others, which affected their engagement in speaking tests. To overcome this issue, the teachers implemented pair work and create supportive peer settings that made students feel more comfortable and encouraged them to participate actively. And the last one is in-class adaptation. There were instances where certain playing tasks did not align well with students' ability levels. In response, the group simplified the task and provided examples or scaffolding during the lessons to help students better understand and complete the activities. The next slide, please. The next slide will be delivered by Andin.
Okay, now let's jump to our strength of the lesson plan. So one of the key strengths of our lesson plan is its content-based design, where all activities were closely connected to real-life scenarios. This made learning more meaningful for a student because the thoughts reflected their daily experience, allowing them to see the relevance of what they were learning. In addition, the lesson plan had clear and measurable objectives that covered not just cognitive skill, but also affective and psychomotor domains align well with the curriculum standards. Another strong point is its interactive and collaborative nature. Students were actively involved in role plays, group discussion, and team-based tasks that did not only develop their language skill but also their critical thinking and soft skills. Moreover, the teaching method used was based on communicative language teaching, which helps students become more fluent and confident in using the language in meaningful ways. And this lesson plan implemented a balanced assessment system combining both formative and summative assessment to give a comprehensive picture of each student's progress, strength, and area for improvement. Next.
Okay, so for the conclusion, fostering students' ability to communicate helpfully and respectfully plays a vital role in both linguistic and character development through well-structured, objective, engaging activities, and adaptive teaching methods. The implementation supports real-life communication practice while nurturing collaboration and empathy. Despite challenges encountered during implementation, such as time constraints and varying participation levels, effective strategies were applied to ensure learning goals were achieved successfully. Back to moderator. Thank you.
Okay, so that's all from us. I'm so sorry if there are any mistakes in our presentation today. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.